Welcome back to FordeeTV. I'm your host, Fordee. Today we're doing a review on 2 GoPro accessories. Ever since I started filming video therapy, my talk show style, I don't know, show, check it out. Because I don't know about you, if some guy started jerking off next to me, or if, I mean, I would have a different response if it was a woman, right? Hey, what are you doing there? Can I give you a hand? Exactly. I'm helpful, guys. Chivalry is not dead.
So thoughtful, so thoughtful.
Check it out if you haven't seen it. I've started getting more in touch with my GoPro side. I've decided to slim down the kit and use GoPros for that series just in case I'm recording out. It has a small footprint. In fact, in this setup, I have 2 ice lights from Westcott, and that's my lighting. It's super small, portable. I have a Manfrotto B-free tripod, just super small, right? Anyways, that's not what this review is about. The review is about 2 different accessories. One I ordered a few years ago from a company called Slick. They came out with something called the Slick Stabilizer, a gimbal that took 3 years to come out with or something like that. I don't know. In fact, when I asked for a refund, they told me, fuck you. Anyways, and I said, back, but eventually I got it. After they charged extra for shipping, I paid import duties. Holy crap, it was not a deal. Anyways, it's here now. Let's see what it looks like. I actually haven't used it yet. So today I'm going to show you how to mount it to a backpack mount. In fact, if you don't have the GoPro Seeker backpack, which is quite expensive, right? And the backward is awkward and not my favorite backpack. I have one, but I decided to try out a different backpack mount. There's a company called PolarPro, and PolarPro makes GoPro accessories. And one of the things they have here is this strap mount. The strap mount is a GoPro backpack mount for any backpack. It can get put on any strap. So let's open it up. Inside the box here, it's got the mount. Let's toss the box. It's got the mount, some plastic, a little bag that has a sticker. It has a thumb screw and a manual, I guess. The thumb screw is too small. I don't know if I got a defective thumb screw or it's just garbage, but yeah, it is. That's fine. I have a bunch of thumb screws at the house, so no big deal. However, the mount is quite nice. It's made like of a hard plastic. It's got these blue metal accented screws in it, along with a locking lever. If you pull this locking lever down, you can pull up on this piece and remove this. If you have your camera attached to this, you can leave this on the backpack, for example, right? So I'll put it back in by pulling the lock lever down, sliding it back into place, and putting the lock lever back up. Speaking English is difficult today. So in order to attach this, we have to loosen these screws, right? And now one of them you have to take all the way off, the other one you have to just loosen quite a bit. So they're quite long. They go all the way through, and I guess that's to make it really sturdy. I've attached to the backpack already, and it's, you know, it stays in place. This mount is quite nice. So let's take a backpack, any trusty backpack should do, and pick which strap you want it to go on. For me, I like it on the left side. So I'll slide this up and over so that I have PolarPro on the bottom, and that way this is the locking lever is facing up. Next, I will fit this kind of evenly lined up, smush this piece in, grab the locking screw, and start locking. I don't know if locking screw is the right word, right? So you have to turn these quite a bit because the idea is the tighter they are, obviously it's not going to move. And if you make them really tight, then this thing stays in place, almost like it was built into the backpack, if you will. So, dun, 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 dun. Hey baby, check out my screw ability. My sense of humor is not always funny. Sometimes it is. I mean, as long as I laugh, then I'm good. So once this puppy is really screwed into place, right? And even notice that I have it slightly crooked. So let's fix that. Even though I guess with the gimbal, it might not matter, but because I think it finds its horizon, but yeah, let's just get this a little more. There we go, that looks good. Just slightly bump it up, right? Anyway, you don't really need to use a gimbal for this. In fact, the GoPro 5 has built-in stabilization. I think it's software-based, but it's not bad. The problem is it crops about 10% of your video. So what you can do is get an optional gimbal. And I have the Slick gimbal here. Boom, it's not very small, right? Right here, battery pack, Then you've got the blue accents on this too. This is the mount that you mount to whatever. It could be a chest strap mount, it could be the backpack mount, it could be to a tripod. In fact, this has a time-lapse feature on it that will have a panning time-lapse or a going up time-lapse. I haven't used it yet. In fact, I haven't used the gimbal at all. However, I do know a couple things. To mount this to the backpack, we should have the battery pack facing down. Let me grab the thumb screw and let's get this puppy attached, right? So, one thing I noticed is with this, you have to kind of push the screw into, or the thumb screw into the screw a little bit to get the threading going, you know, or to make sure that it's starting to thread. Otherwise, it doesn't really go. Now, the reason you want the battery pack facing down is because this thing is slightly heavy, right? And if it's down, it's gonna have less movement. So right here, it's off. On one of the sides, you have two buttons here, a power button and a star button, and then here you have an up and down button. Let's hold down the power button for a couple seconds. It should turn on. One of the things that you'll notice is the camera is facing towards me. In order to fix that, come over to the up and down buttons and push the corresponding button that will turn it to face the other direction, right? So here we go. Now you'll notice the gimbal is working. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video now. I'll go outside, let's get some footage with this thing and see how the backpack mount works with this slick video stabilizer gimbal. Yeah. Anyway, see you in a second. Guys, I hope you liked the footage and the review. Found it helpful in determining whether you want one of these accessories. I think the build quality of this backpack mount is quite impressive and a great alternative if you already have a backpack and are not looking to shell out the money for the GoPro Seeker. That thing's quite expensive and yeah, it's got a few compartments, but you could turn any backpack into a GoPro backpack by getting this mount. Much cheaper. Anyway, as far as the gimbal's concerned, not too shabby. This thing works quite well. I think it's dummy proof almost. Not a lot of options, and the build quality is quite nice. I'm not a fan of the company and the way they dealt with the crowdfunding campaign, but that being said, hey, this is an option to use as far as the gimbal's concerned. Guys, I hope you found this useful. Until next time, I'm out.